It's crazy how some very significant NFL careers almost never happened. Today, I want to look at those players whose careers would look a lot different if not for a few very small events. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll consider liking the video and consider subscribing. We're on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and when we get there, I'm doing an NFL jersey giveaway. Thanks for being here, and let's get into it. First up, Tony Romo. Most people know that Romo went undrafted out of Eastern Illinois, and he signed as an undrafted free agent to the Dallas Cowboys in 2003. Romo was the third quarterback on the roster behind Quincy Carter and Chad Hutchinson. He didn't appear in any regular season games, but maintained a spot on the roster as a rookie. In the offseason before the 2004 season, the Cowboys released Hutchinson, signed Vinny Testaverde, and traded a third-round pick to acquire Drew Henson from the Texans. This pretty securely placed Romo as the fourth quarterback on the roster and a likely cut day casualty, until Quincy Carter was accused of substance abuse issues and was cut instead. Romo survived in the spot on the roster for 2 seasons, serving as the holder for kicks. He kept working hard in practice and made his way up to the second QB spot behind Drew Bledsoe for the 2005 season, and eventually took his place as the starter 6 weeks in to the 2006 season. Clearly Tony earned his spot in the league, but how different things might have been if he had been cut instead of Carter in 2004. I wouldn't have my favorite CBS football color commentator. Next up, Wes Welker. Also going undrafted out of college, Welker signed with the Chargers as a rookie. He made the initial 53-man roster, but was cut after week 1 in favor of safety Clinton Hart. He cleared waivers and was offered a spot on the practice squad. However, he chose to sign in Miami. As rare as it is for undrafted free agents to become big-time contributors in the league, it has to be even more rare for an undrafted free agent to get cut, go to a different team, then get traded to a third team, and then make a massive impact. After 3 seasons of mostly special teams work and a backup role in the offense, he was traded to New England, teamed up with Tom Brady, and the rest is history. I have to mention the most famous rags to riches NFL story in history in this video, Kurt Warner. If you don't know his story, you should definitely go check out a more in-depth documentary about it. But as an undrafted free agent, he signed with Green Bay and was cut before the regular season. From there, he went to work at a grocery store, making $5.50 an hour. He did this for the rest of 1994 before he was able to sign a contract in the Arena Football League in 1995 with the Iowa Barnstormers. He made the All-Arena first team in 1996 and 1997. Then in the 1997 offseason, he was offered a tryout for the Chicago Bears. But get this, he couldn't go because he had an injury from a spider bite on his throwing elbow during his honeymoon. Fast forward to the next offseason, and he signed a futures contract with the Rams, then was allocated to NFL Europe, where he led the league in touchdowns. He was slated to be the backup to Trent Green the following season, but after Green tore his ACL, Warner was put in the starting role, and that was the beginning of the greatest show on turf. Our last story of unlikely NFL stardom comes from one of my favorite players of all time, London Fletcher. Fletcher began his college career at St. Francis University just playing basketball. He was there for 1 year before transferring to Johns Hopkins University to play both basketball and football. JHU is an incredibly prestigious academic institution, but is D3. To put that in perspective, last season there were only 6 players in the entire league that played D3 football. Ali Marpet is probably the only one you're familiar with. Fletcher won the D3 National Linebacker of the Year award as a senior, was invited to the Combine, and ran a 4.38 40. All of that, and he still went undrafted. Now, once he was signed by the Rams, he earned his spot and was a starter by halfway through his rookie season, winning the Rams Rookie of the Year award. But for him to go from playing basketball as a freshman in college, to transferring to a D3 school, to an NFL roster, and eventually a big-time stud in the league, was such a long shot. I know there are players out there with great stories that I didn't mention today. Let me know in the comments who I missed. If I get enough good suggestions and this video gets 10 likes, I'll do another round. And that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks so much for being here, and if you've made it this far, I really hope you'll consider subscribing and help me get closer to 1,000 subs. Thanks for being here, and I'll see y'all next time.